Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and at this point, I think it's safe for me to admit that my brain is kind of cooked. Okay, doing original soundtrack today. So after taking a short little hiatus to try to set things straight, I'm here to share with you what's been on my mind lately, and I just wish it was a slightly prettier picture. But I've never shied away from sharing details about my mental health journey with you guys. Some of you would be like, yeah, we're aware. Trust me when I say that I do this because I feel it's a safe place to share, and I want to stress that this should be both directions. So I highly stress that if you guys want to share some of your problems, by all means, I am open to doing so either here in the comments section or on. Interesting start. But yeah, if you guys want to talk, if you're having problems, if you just need someone to listen to what's going on, I'm more than happy to do that. Because I'm aware that this sort of like communication and talking about issues is something that does deserve to be a two-way street. So, on that note, let's get into what's been going on, and there are some details that are going to be omitted because they're a little personal, and honestly, I'm still kind of working through them myself. Pardon me. But I just recently had an event that happened at work where I was, accused of doing something that not I will say brought harm to someone, but it's not like actual physical harm. It's more like I did something that made them feel like crap, and in turn that made me feel bad because I'm not trying to make anyone be distrustful of me, or I'm not trying to cause anyone any issues. I'm trying to be a decent person, so someone having brought up something that makes them feel some sort of way about me, it affected me kind of hard. So, but that's not what set me off. What set me off is what happened afterwards when I tried to apologize to that person, and let's just say I don't think they cared much for my apology. And if they did, they certainly didn't act like they did. And that left me with the feeling of, and I'm sure you guys are going to remember me talking about this, left me with a feeling of like I had, failed or let the people around me down. It activated in me some of those same feelings that... Oh, pardon me. Yeah, and activated in me some of those same feelings that I get when I do something that, I feel that I should be better at. Like, it activated that same sort of thing. That's, that self-perpetuating cycle of needing to be perfect. Not even necessarily of seeking other people's approval, but of feeling like I should be able to do better than this, if that makes sense. And I know I looked up a term for that before, but yes, it's... so it triggered that, and unfortunately it got to the point where I was, you know, I felt as though I deserved punishment for doing bad in someone's eyes. So yeah, in no sense of being proud of it or anything, I actually did hurt myself. And yeah, at that point, I figured it was better for me to stop everything I was doing, talk to someone about it, because obviously that's not healthy. And that ended up leading to a situation where I was talking to my big sister, and again, I'm not going into details, but apparently first of all, she kind of suffers from some of those same issues, which I had no idea about. So that was a surprise to me. What was even more of a surprise is that... Hold on. What was even more of a surprise is that it seems like there might be a bit of a root cause for that, and fortunately, it goes back to my late mother. In this case, since I am talking about my sister, I suppose I could say our late mother. And some of the things that happened during my childhood that I don't necessarily remember or have a different view on, that not only explain why I feel this need to either be perfect or be punished, but also why that mindset is even a thing. So yeah, you guys will hopefully forgive me while I try to struggle my way through that. And no, this is not the right time to be talking about mommy issues. I'm aware of that, but I wanted to talk to someone about it because yeah, it is kind of a heavy topic, and at the moment what I'm doing is just talking about it, just to get it, not only to get it out there, but to get me to start thinking about it a bit more openly, so that I can start processing and healing from what I've discovered. But the other thing it does is recontextualizes a lot of what's gone on between, you know, with my family in the past, and it makes me want to talk to and learn more about what's been going on in life from them, because now I'm even more interested in their perspective on things. So believe me when I say that I am a mess right now, but I am going to do my absolute best to work through it, and hopefully, with you guys' understanding, we can come together, just not even just with you just watching and being okay with me talking about these things, but I also want to stress that this open communication should be a two-way street, and I am plenty happy to lend an ear and, you know, speak with you guys if you're having these kind of problems, because I have said in the past and will continue to say that the struggles we go through as far as mental health are concerned, those are things that are very important to me, and I take very seriously. Now, for those of you who are wondering, okay, so you have potential childhood trauma that you didn't even know or think about. Why don't you talk about this with your therapist? Well, I would, except for she's booked out until the month of January, so trust me, I'm going to. Consider this me doing what it takes to come to some sort of understanding and at least talk about it and get it out there, so I can start the process of healing the right way. At least I'm hoping that I can. I'm hoping that I'm just not too far gone to, save, and in this case, too far gone to save from myself. But that brings up another point. At this point, is it from myself? Because it seems like what's been going on has a root cause, and unfortunately, it has very little to do with my own actions, which I feel is strange, especially as someone who believes very strongly in taking personal accountability. Like, I don't want to just pass off and blame my problems on anyone and everything else. But at the same time, I can't help but feel like... I think I'm gonna grab the drill. But at the same time, how do I take personal accountability from something that I didn't do? Like, it affects me 100%, but I'm not the cause of... I didn't do this. At least not entirely. I don't see... You see why this is so confusing? Because I don't know how to handle this. What is this doing? For each defensive relic held. Okay, why not? Now the question is, do I want the Limos Leaf? I think I would rather have the cash. Because I have Arcana to upgrade. So you'll have to forgive me for being a gigantic fucking mess. I had every intention of coming back here and doing a few videos over the last couple of days, and I just have not been feeling it. And yeah, to say that what I've been learning is a major recontextualization of childhood events, that's an understatement. Do I care about the bubbles? Not really, but I'll take them. I suppose that would also open up the question of if this was if this was you all, how would you handle this? And is there even a healthy, constructive way to try to handle, learning that bits and pieces of your childhood are far from what you remember? So that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I get the feeling that because of how personal and damning some of these things are, that my condition is gonna get worse before it gets better. Also, this level of speed I'm working with is a little uncomfortable. This is like I know this is an old reference, but this is like Power Thirst speed. And when I say old, I mean like the old Power Thirst gags were from like, God, I want to say like 2008? Okay, I definitely see something I would rather use than the bubble prison, whatever it's called. Oh, water prison. I was that close and I couldn't fucking do it. Ooh, Dr. Song. Okay, that's helpful. Okay, that's... So, here's the thing. I haven't found any sort of, like, damage increasing things. So, there's that to work with, but I don't know. As of right now, I'm pretty okay with this build. Now, how in the world do I shuffle things around so I don't lose my... so I don't lose my spells that I actually want to keep? And I don't suppose there were any freebies dropped anywhere, were there? No, unfortunately. Okay, this might just be one of those things where we have to finish the level and hope that a freebie drops there, because otherwise I'm going to be losing either Tectonic Drill or Tracer Barrage, and those are two of the spells that I really want to keep. Alright, that was awkward. No freebies either. Criminy. Okay, so here's what we're gonna have to do. We're just gonna have to spend an assload of money to avoid losing something that I actually want to keep, but I do think it's important to get a Dr. Song relic. Fortunately, not the relic that I wanted. Was really hoping for like a Elixir of Might or the critical placebos. But the heal was definitely worthwhile. Owie. Alright, anything good here? Yes, actually. Can't afford it yet, though. Alright, now I can afford it, so let's go ahead and grab Midas's journal. That will help supplement my cash flow. Owie. What do we got here? I do love me some Bouncing Surge. But I will say that it's kind of low on the totem pole of importance, so let's just leave that be for now. What's crazy about what's another crazy thing about all of this is that, you know, you read about or watch videos of people who have these severe traumatic episodes and think that'll never be me. So how in the world do you handle it when it is? God, there are two things here that I want. Okay, I honestly believe that the Crimson Clover is probably the better choice, considering my build. I hope I'm not going to end up being proven wrong about that. Grab that. Oops. I guess that's still on cooldown. There. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Low damage is kind of catching up with me, though. Owie. Oh yeah, they're dangerous. Well, let's grab this. Would have preferred the Assassin's Blade, but, you know, take what you can get. But my most damaging spells are melee focused, so... Hello, what do we have here? Well, I don't necessarily need to choose anymore. And yeah, I think the Mercenary's Dagger is definitely the right choice. Yes, there is more to find down here. Hey, game, you were supposed to turn around. And yeah, so the idea that I failed this run is probably going to eat me up, but I'm going to post it anyway because I do feel as though the message at the beginning of the video is the important parts. And I hope you can agree that it is an important message and that we should all be sharing our concerns and finding ways to heal from our struggles. So that's about it. And obviously, I would like for you guys to reach out. So hit me up in the comments or on my social media. I always have the links to my social media in the description. They haven't changed in a long time, but if I'm being honest, maybe they should. Maybe I should either add some more avenues of contact or something. I don't know. I'll leave that open for discussion. For right now, I will say thank you guys very much for tuning in. I do appreciate you coming and spending your free time here with me and on my work. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and you take care, everybody.